Hi, Donna Cavender here at Willey Farms once again. Of course, we're located on Route 13, just south of Odessa, just a little bit north of Smyrna. Very easy to find. And you can check us out on the website if you'd like. That's willeyfarmsde.com. We have a Facebook page. You know where to find us. Well, we're here today, and as you can see, it's a little warm for me today. That's because we're doing the Best Burger Contest here at Willey Farms. And we've got some other segments that we'd like to play for you. Some segments that people come into the market and they say, oh, what about this and what about that? I love that and I love this. So we're going to replay some of those for you. So stick around for all of that. Right now, let's go check out the Best Burger Contest. Hi, Donna Cavender here for Willey Farms. Boy, it's a busy day. It's a little hot, as you can tell, but busy day. It's the Best Burger Contest here at Willey Farms, and we have our 3 contestants. And if I can bother my one contestant here, and what's your name?
Mark Sterling.
And Mark, where you from?
I'm from Townsend, Delaware.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for coming out and be a contestant, and judging is underway right now.
Okay.
So good luck to you.
Thank you, Donna.
All right. Okay. They're doing such a great job, and all of the contestants. We've got lots of folks here. We have public judges too, and let's move on. These are some of our public judges, and we'll move on down to our next contestant, and that would be, see, there's lots of activity going on, and we've got our next contestant, and your name is?
Ed Kendall.
Ed, where you from?
I was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay, well, great. Well, I saw your burger that you took over to the judge, and it looks pretty good. You got some stiff competition here today, though.
Yeah, I mean, I came in and it's like, boy, am I outgunned.
Oh, no, it's the cook, right? And you have confidence in your burger.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And see, you can win a contest with little background home charcoal. Doesn't matter. It's all in the recipe. And now we have our 3rd contestant down here. And what's your name?
Jim Brennan.
And Jim, where are you from?
Middletown.
And I see you brought some helpers?
Yes, yeah, my sous chef, Zachary here.
Zachary thinks that's pretty funny. All right, and your burger looks great as well.
Thank you.
The judges are over here giving it a taste. We have some public judges as well. Good luck, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay. And over here we have our judges. You know, it's a rough job, but somebody's got to do it. And these are the folks that are doing it today. We've got Craig Harleman from the Delaware State News. They're all in the process of eating, so we're not going to ask them to say anything. So we got Craig. He's a features editor at Delaware State News. And we have Michelle Libitzer, who is the head cook at Helen's Sausage House, just outside of Smyrna, just down the road from us. And we also have Bill Powers, who is a Newcastle County councilman and also one of our local farmers. So those are our judges, and you can tell they are hard at work trying to figure out which one of these is the best burger. We have a whole system of counting up the points. They're working on that right now. And like I said, we do have public judges. They paid $5 for one ballot. They take that ballot, and when they decide which of these burgers they like the best, they put it in the red canisters that we've provided, and that will be factored in to the tally as well for the best burger. And the money is some of the money that we're raising. A lot of the proceeds will be going to our charity today, and that is our Daily Bread Dining Room of Middletown. And we've got them here today as well. Lots of things going on here at Willey Farms. It's all part of our 40th anniversary celebration all year long. And here we are in the honey department here at Willey Farms, and I have a special guest with me today. We have Darren Saucer from Be Natural. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning.
And we're here because just the other day, I was coming through the market, and a customer stopped me and asked me a question about honey, and I didn't know the answer. So I said, I've got to get somebody here to have all of the answers about the honey. So with Be Natural, these are all of the products that you provide for us. And the question that the lady asked me was, she said, now this says raw honey, and this says raw honey, but They look different. Now, why are they different?
They do. They're two not totally different products, but they're handled a little differently. The liquid product has been filtered, but it hasn't been heated, so it's still raw honey.
Okay.
Because it's been filtered, it's going to stay liquid for 3 to 4 months. In cooler weather, it'll crystallize a little bit faster.
Okay, now you say filtered. How does it get filtered?
Maybe strained is a better word, but
Okay.
we put it through several layers of cheesecloth
Oh, all right.
and then bottle it.
Okay, and this other one?
In cooler weather, again, it's going to crystallize faster.
Okay. All right, and then
because
what?
it's raw honey.
So what do you do when it crystallizes?
If you boil a pot of water, take it off the heat, put your container in it. Put your container in the water. It's usually enough heat to reliquefy it without changing the
Okay.
color or the flavor.
And of course, you have to be careful because it's a glass jar.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
also careful with the plastic.
Oh, right. Sure. Absolutely. Okay. So that we know about this. And what about this? The difference in that.
This is a raw, unfiltered product.
So this is what this looks like before you filter it.
Not totally. This will be a little bit more cloudy than what you see in the jar, but this actually has particles of wax, pollen, propolis, and because it's there, that increase or speeds up the process of crystallization.
Okay.
So the sugars are crystallized in this, so it's more of a loose jelly than it is a liquid. It's a very nice flavor. Some people feel you get a little bit more nutrients because there's a little bit more pollen, probably a little bit of propolis in there.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to ask. Why would the customer come in and choose one or the other over the other one? It would be because...
It's just processed a little bit less,
Okay,
a little bit closer to what would come right out of the hive.
okay. All right, and speaking of coming right out of the hive, we also have this, too, with you can see the honeycomb right in there. And so tell us how this is processed and gets into the jar.
This product is always a very limited supply, and you're always after me to try to make more. I try my best, but we're always out. This is basically our raw filtered honey poured around a piece of the actual honeycomb.
Okay.
The comb's just cut right out of the hive, put in the jar, and then we pour our honey around it.
Okay, great. And of course, we've got the smaller jars here, and of course, everybody knows about the honey bear. So we've got this, and also in the smaller sizes of the honey bear.
Right. And
But
I try to match up the 12-ounce size, 24-ounce, 48-ounce, so you have a choice between glass or plastic.
okay,
Some
great.
people prefer the glass.
Right. So there is a choice there, and also, of course, we have the larger sizes of the
80
filtered honey.
ounces in either glass or plastic.
I see a lot of customers coming in and they pick up the really big jars. And now, how long would a jar like that last for a regular user?
That's a good question. I have a lot of customers. Every 2 weeks or so, I see them getting another jar.
Wow.
I always tell people if you don't use a lot of honey, try to get it amount that you'd use in 3 to 4 months because the raw honey will start to crystallize.
It will start to crystallize, and then you have some issues. Okay. Now, when I first started coming here and seeing the honey display, I saw this. The pollen. Now, it's honeybee pollen, and you can see that it's little crystals. It's not in liquid form at all. So tell me about the pollen and what we can use that for and why people want to buy the pollen.
Sure. It's actually pure plant pollen, and we collect it from the bees as they're coming into the hive. We put up what's called a pollen trap. It's basically a metal grid or mesh. As the bees hit their legs against it with the pollen sacs, the pollen drops in, and then it's air dried.
Okay, so
Pollen's very high in B vitamins, has all your amino acids. I think it's 22% protein by weight.
I did hear that some people are using the pollen, like a teaspoon of pollen, instead of those energy drinks because it does give you lots of energy.
Being 22% protein, it definitely gives you a big boost.
Okay.
And you want to eat that raw, so you take it off a spoon, put it in a smoothie. Some people sprinkle it over ice cream. There's no sweetness to it.
Okay.
Tastes a little bit like wheat germ, maybe.
Maybe put it on your cereal?
Can put it on cold cereal also.
Okay, great. And how about this? We have this. It's beeswax. And why would someone come into the market and purchase a brick of this beeswax?
Beeswax can be used for crafts, woodworking, people that want to make their own skincare products. Some people melt it down and make their own little candles. But that's a byproduct of the honey. When we're done extracting the honey, we end up with capping wax, which you can melt down. And we pour it into a little block, and that's the beeswax.
Okay, because when you make whatever you make, there's always a byproduct. Is that basically the only byproduct that you have with the honey making?
We do the beeswax. We do make candles. We have the pollen and our local raw honey. That's pretty much it.
Okay, great. And also we have these honey sticks. This takes me back to my childhood. The kids used to get these, but these are in many different flavors. This happens to be cinnamon. We've got the green ones, which are probably apple, yes. So there's lots of different ways that you can get your honey. And of course, we have a wonderful display here with all of Darren Saucer's Be Natural product here. And Darren, I'm going to have you hold the microphone here for
Certainly.
a second. And like I've never had honey before, I'm going to have a taste out of the honey bear, because that's what we always think about, getting our honey, putting it in our tea in the morning, and boy, that's good.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
And the
All
color
right.
and the flavor will vary depending on the time of the year, because it's small batches, and depending on what's in bloom, that
Okay.
determines the color and the flavor.
And I also understand that honey is very important when you're trying to manage your allergies, right?
Local raw honey and also the pollen. It's almost like a natural immunization.
Okay.
As long as you eat it raw, definitely helps with pollen allergies.
And you have to do that for maybe a month or two to sort of develop that immunity.
Right. That's one thing a lot of people do wrong. Once the allergies start, then they try it. You should try to get going a month or so before
Right.
your allergies start.
Okay, great. Darren, thank you so much for all of the great information. Really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Now we know all about honey.
We're getting ready to start where we're barbecuing already, Donna. We told them what we're going to do. We got things started, and well, let's talk about what we got, because I couldn't. Many times, every time I come down here, I learn something new. I had no idea. If you're tired of eating frozen meats and all that kind of stuff, fresh meat right here at Willey's. I didn't know.
That's right, exactly. We've got beef, and we also have the Gerber Farm chicken. So we have fresh chicken, we have beef, we've got the hot dogs, the bratwurst, the kielbasa, and it's all fresh.
Yeah, and when you're talking about it fresh, you actually have the family that's raising some of the cows that this beef is coming from. That's what blew my mind. It doesn't get any fresher than that. And that's what kind of steak are we looking at here?
We're looking at, ooh, look at that. We're looking at the herring run steak. That is what we have here. We got it nice and crispy there.
That's where I like it, though.
That's good. We also have some hamburger that we're going to work on, and let's see, let's turn this, make sure we don't, I never said that I was an expert at this, but
we're doing this on the fly and everything, which makes it kind of difficult to cook and everything. But I want to tell people, because I didn't realize the whole entire thing that we've got set up here, including the charcoal, is all right here at Willey Farms. I mean,
that's right. We're using the charcoal that we have. It's called Cowboy Hardwood Charcoal, and that's what we're using in our Weber grill today.
Yeah, and a lot of people, go into the gas and everything else, but you don't get the flavor that you're going to get when you're talking about barbecue and doing it right than what you're going to get with using real charcoal. I mean, that's it.
It's totally different. You're right. It is.
And that's what I like. I don't want this gas and everything else. And if you haven't tried, this charcoal, you definitely want to try it. It's one of the better. It delivers a different flavor than what you're getting from the other charcoals.
Now, with the steaks that we've got, you do that over medium heat, and you can grill it about 8 to 10 minutes on each side, or if you want it medium rare, only about 5 minutes on each side. That's for the steaks. And we've got these chickens. We've got the chicken that we've had marinating for about an hour. And I'll tell you that Susan, our chef, who makes everything from scratch, just loves this Farmer Boy restaurant Greek dressing, and she swears by marinating these chicken cutlets in this dressing. So
we'll be the judge of it when it's all said and done. I mean, you just put them on there because they look good sitting in there. I mean, I'm ready to eat them right now, because when you're talking about, and that's the key to barbecue. I want to tell people is knowing what and how to do it, and the right marinations, right flame, all that comes with, and the more you do it, the better you get. But the one thing you guys have is expertise down here that you can definitely help people like you said, go to the chef, talk to her. She'll give you some ideas. She cooks every day. I mean, she does this for a living and knows what she's doing. Those chicken look absolutely great. Now,
yeah, and you can smell the
now,
smell.
I want to remind people that you can get everything that we're talking about. You can get right here. This Greek dressing is available. If you don't like the Greek dressing, there's a lot. You know, when it comes to it, you guys have everything in there.
We have a great selection of the different rubs and sauces. We have rubs, we have sauces, we have marinades. It's all in there, different kinds, and this is just a small fraction of what we've got in there.
Yeah, because I like a good rub on my steaks and stuff. But you got also, I'm just pick this up. You got a pork rub. You know, that's hard to come by. Is a good pork rub.
We cover it all. We cover it all.
You're making hamburger patties now, and I got to say the meat coming from here also available inside Willey's. I mean, you know, we when you talk about Willey's Farms, you're always talking about the plants and the produce and everything else, but there's so much more here. So if you're looking to go, if you're heading down to the beach and you got to stock up the beach, you know, there's not a better place. You're right off Route 1. You jump right off here. You load up your everything you need right here. You got another hour's drive and you're at the beach and everything's kind of fresh. Right, you know, goes right back into the refrigerator and you're ready to go for the entire weekend.
You're going to love it all weekend long. Now we're making some hamburgers here, and when you make your hamburger patty, you want to make sure that you don't work the meat too much, because then it'll get kind of dry and tough. And also a little trick that when you're making the patty, put your thumb in the middle and make the middle just a little bit thinner than the outside, because when your meat cooks, it expands. And so if you make it a little thinner on the inside, when it cooks, it'll cook up to a nice flat patty instead of something that looks like a football. You know?
Yeah, that's the key that I've been missing. I thank you so much. I've got that now. I can now do hamburger patties. It's going to look like a hamburger patty.
And they have so much information. They know about everything.
Yeah.
Ask them a question and they've got the answer.
And if they don't, they'll get somebody that does. I mean, even the decorations out here. I wanted to, because we mentioned something about some dish towels and stuff like that, and you pointed out that's even available inside.
Absolutely. In the home accent area, we have these new. They just arrived in the last month or so. They are Delaware themed linen dish towels.
And then what a great thing to have down at the beach or at your house or anything else is to have that right there. Now this is we've learned about this as you're opening this up. I learned about this last time, and I made my own. I mean, I actually made my own at the house. Now I just cut a slice of that, and anytime I'm cooking, like you're going to do with the steak here, I love dropping that on a steak afterwards, and it just, oh man, the taste of it is just unbelievable. This is garlic butter, and we showed you last time how to make it. If you need to find out more, you can always just come down here to Willey's, and you guys, everybody cooks with that down here.
And it's so good. And you can have it available in your refrigerator. You make it up, you have the roll, you keep it in there, and it keeps nice and fresh. And you can cook vegetables with this if you're sautéing or anything like that. Or when you do a steak, just put it on there, and it's nice and hot, and it starts to melt.
It doesn't get any better. I'm telling you, it's absolutely delicious. And then it depends what you like. There again, check out the different rubs because we're showing you some of the condiments that's here. But that's nothing. If you look at that shelf in there, how many you guys have and the selection that you have?
We have the entire front wall is full of rubs and marinades and sauces. From any kind of taste that you want, we've got it for you in there.
And it's all picnic themed today. We got burgers going, we got hot dogs going, and we're going to just keep on cooking here as Donna, because I'm waiting to get to the point where we're actually eating this stuff is what I'm looking for. And I'm looking at the burgers, and they're not like mine. They're not, like you said, going into that football shape and everything else. The key is just punch in the middle a little bit.
You want a hamburger, not a hockey puck.
I always had a hockey puck, so now I know how to cook hamburgers. Now, did you mix anything in the meat itself, or is it just ground beef?
Not this time, but you can. Some people like it just straight hamburger, but other people, like when I make my hamburgers at home, I usually mix it up like I'm making a meatloaf. And then I divide it up into the hamburgers and put it on and make it as a hamburger. But you can do it however way you want it. And just a reminder, like when you're doing steak, you want to remember to let it rest for 2 or 3 minutes before you cut into it so that the juices all go back where they need to go. And try not to poke it. I'm using tongs and a spatula, but I'm not using this. You don't really want to use this too much because you start poking at it, and all the juices flow out, and then you've got a dry whatever it is.
That's where a lot of people make the mistake and lose their flavor out of that. Right. Now, going back to the hamburgers, I was thinking, one of the things I like doing is taking a good rub as you're doing that with your hamburger and putting that in there as well.
Right,
so it really gives you some great flavor. So, there, it just depends on your likings there. But I got to remind you, Willey's Farms, we got to remind everybody where we're located on Route 13. If you don't know where Willey's Farms is, and a lot of people, like I said, pass by here at 60 miles an hour, and they think it's a produce, and that's it. But there's so much here. I mean, when you're talking about it, I don't care what it is. Full-blown grocery store is what you've got. Plus, all the plants and vegetables and everything else, it doesn't get any better, and it's all fresh, folks. When I talk fresh, I'm looking at this chicken. Oh, man, that's looking really good, Donna. I was going to say, let that piece cook a little bit more, and I'll sample that. That'll cook pretty quick. But you want to be sure. That's one thing about chicken. You want to be sure you cook it well.
That's right. You do need to make sure that you cook it well. It needs to be an inside temperature of somewhere around 175 to 180. And you have those kitchen thermometers the meat thermometers that you can use. You just want to make sure that you're safe. Well, it's the heat of the summer now, and you need to get relief in one way, shape, or form. Hi, we're here with some cool summer snacks. Now, we've got a variety of them, but first we're going to start with what's called the no-bake watermelon cake. And here's how it goes. You get your nice seedless watermelon, make sure you thump it, make sure it's going to be good. If it has a nice kind of a hollow sound, it's going to be nice and ripe. So we get a nice sharp knife and you cut that down, turn it around, and cut that again. And of course you don't want to waste this, so you can cut that up and make little portions out of it, and people can enjoy that. But for the time being, we're going to put them in that bowl, and you turn it up like this. And there are a number of different ways that you can actually cut this away. What I'm going to do is kind of like what you might do with a pineapple, is cut it away like this. Cut the rind away. And there are a number of different ways that you can actually make the cake. You can make it an upright cake, which is what I'm attempting to do at this point. And you just keep going around and cutting the rind off, and then the other way is that you could put the knife down in this way and go around. So whichever way you want to do it is the way that you want to do it. Whatever is more comfortable for you. But you get all that rind off and put that over here. Get all the rind off here. Then you kind of shape it up. Make sure you get most of the rind off. That there, like that. Now that's a really tall cake. That's for sure. So what I've done, you can leave it a nice tall cake like that if you want to, but I decided another good way to do this is to take it and just put a flat spot right there like that. So there's some more watermelon that we can use at another time. Then you put that down there like this. Let's make sure that we take this off. Make sure we get all that off. And then what you do is whatever kind of whipped cream that you like. Now I made whipped cream this morning. Heavy cream, a little bit of powdered sugar, and you just whip it. It'll take, if you're going to do it yourself, it'll take probably 4 to 5 minutes of continual whipping to get that whipping cream the way you want it. That's one way to do it. Or if you have the already prepared whipping cream that you'd rather use, you can do that as well. But what you take, let's see, where's our paper towels? Once you get your watermelon all cut, you take paper towel and you just kind of pat it dry on the outside. Otherwise, the whipped cream won't stick. So you pat it dry like this, and then you start taking your whipped cream and then you just start putting it on like that. And of course you go all over the entire piece of watermelon until you get something that looks like this. And there is your watermelon cake. And you top it with whatever kind of berries you like. These are local. Can you see how big these blackberries are? They're absolutely huge, and they are local. So you can get them here at the market. And of course, you can put whatever berry you want on top of the watermelon cake. We have strawberries, the blackberries, the raspberries, and the blueberries. So you could put some nice blueberries in the middle there, make it look all pretty, whatever you want. If you're doing
I just know it looks good. All I can tell you is I hate to come in and interrupt, but I'm sitting over and I'm watching this, and what a great idea, Donna. I mean, just to come up with something like that. How refreshing is this if you're having a barbecue?
Exactly.
It's a hot day.
Exactly.
And you come out with this, and people think it's too hot for cake, And
right.
I got to try a slice though.
Well, who wants to fire up the oven too, right?
Yeah.
So we'll cut you.
This is just a Oh, you're gonna give me a whole big old piece here. Yeah.
Well, we'll cut it. We'll cut it down that way. How about that?
Yeah, because I want to taste your whipped cream too to see how that is.
There we go. And we've got some forks.
Oh yeah, you're all.
And you can cut it if you want. And while you're having a taste, I will let everybody know that we have a couple other cool snacks, and that includes, these look like just normal, regular old grapes, don't they? But they're frozen. On a hot summer day, you got a frozen grape, pop that in your mouth, and it's really good.
Too. And then you got, what are these things here?
You make your own popsicle. These are pear juice, apple juice, and orange juice. I was trying to remember. But whatever kind of popsicle maker thing that you have, just mix up whatever flavor that you like, put them in there, freeze them, and see, push up, pop. Just like that.
How refreshing is those frozen grapes? I mean, that is a third.
Not bad.
Everything is. Great ideas. I mean, it's all. And for more information, they're always doing something. You can always find out more right here at Willey Farm.
That's right.
Well, we got to move along. I mean, we're running on time. But the watermelon cake, you know how to do it now. Make your own.
That's right. Yummy. I want to say thank you to our judges for coming out and just, stuffing themselves with hamburger. It's a hard job. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. We have tallied up the votes of the judges, and also the public votes have been tallied. And I have to say that third place goes to contestant number 3, Jim Brennan. Congratulations. And Jim, you get, as your prize, you get a $50 gift card to Cabela's. All right. And so second place is going to contestant number 2. So that's Ed Kendall. So congratulations, and that prize is the Smoky Joe Weber tabletop grill, a bag of the hardwood charcoal, and also a $50 gift card to Cabela's. So congratulations. And so apparently that means our contestant number 1 is Mark Sterling, and he is our first prize winner. Congratulations. Well, the burger contest is over, and we've got a winner. Hey, congratulations. It was a group effort here. This is Mark Sterling. Mark, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And how long have you had this particular recipe going?
Well,
you just made it up for this one, didn't you?
yes, pretty much.
Okay. So tell the folks real quickly what was in your burger.
What did we put in there? We did, seasoned salt, pepper, caramelized onions, Gouda cheese. What's that?
Bacon.
Oh, the bacon. Oh,
Don't forget the bacon. All right, Mark. As I said, it was a group effort, and your name is?
Mark Sterling also.
Okay, and you are?
Valerie Sterling.
Okay, group effort, the Sterling family here, the winners of the Best Burger Contest. And Mark's prize today was a brand new Kenmore gas grill from the Hometown Sears store in Middletown. They donated that, so congratulations to Mark, who is our winner of the first Best Burger Contest here at Willey Farms. I'm Donna Cavender. Hope you enjoyed the burger contest and also the other segments that we reran for you and played them over, because we get lots of questions about the different segments that we do here on the Willey Farms TV show. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. I'm Donna Cavender. Have a great day.